Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to History and Legacy Africa. Today the world is shaking because a deal has been struck that no one expected. Kim Jong-un, the man who has defied the world's superpowers for decades, is preparing to make Burkina Faso the first African country he has ever visited. This is not just a diplomatic trip. It is an earthquake that has shifted the ground under the feet of the imperialists. I told you about the deal between Burkina Faso and North Korea earlier this week. North Korea is delivering over $65 million worth of high-level security and military equipment to Burkina Faso. We are talking about the kind of technology that makes a terrorist's heart stop from 10 miles away. Traoré is trading what he has for what he needs. North Korea has been squeezed by Western sanctions for a long time. They are hungry for food that they can produce without being restricted by the international police. Traoré has looked at Burkina Faso's vast, fertile lands and said, "Come and farm. This is a win-win partnership of survival." North Korea is coming to grow their own food, large-scale farming of Korean crops, and also build massive factories to process that food before it is exported to Pyongyang. Burkina Faso is giving them free lands for both their farms and food factories with taxes, in exchange for high-level security and military equipment. But here is the secret that has the West crying. The Burkinabe Agricultural Ministry is not just standing aside. They are grabbing this opportunity with both hands. The government wants to learn from the North Korean expert farmers, who are known for being the most disciplined and hard-working in the world. They want to modernize their farming so that the old way of suffering is buried forever. This initiative is specifically designed for the women of Burkina Faso. Our mothers and sisters are the backbone of this nation. But for too long, they have worked manually under the scorching sun, breaking their backs with old hoes to produce tomatoes, maize, and onions. Traoré has said, "No more." This week, the women farmers themselves went to the presidential palace to pay the captain a visit. They didn't go with empty hands. They brought their best produce to show the president what they can do even with nothing. They thanked him for finally remembering the people who feed the nation. The atmosphere at the palace was electric, like a celebration after a great harvest. These women, led by the brave members of the Relwenda Tiltaba cooperative from Zongo village, did not come to beg. They came to say thank you and to show the captain the results of the seeds he planted last year. You see, on International Women's Day in 2025, Traoré did something no one expected. He made a surprise visit to their small gardens in the heat of the day. He didn't just wave from a car. He walked in the dirt with them. He promised them that their days of manual labor under the punishing sun were numbered. And this week, the proof was in the palace. They brought him tomatoes so red they looked like rubies, maize as yellow as gold, and peppers that smelled of the very soul of the Sahel. They told the president, "For years, we worked with broken hoes and empty promises, but you gave us a modern irrigation system and a water tower. Now, we are no longer just surviving, we are producing." The women thanked the young lion for his plan to bring in the North Korean experts. They know that when the Koreans arrive with their modern equipment and steel farmers, the Burkinabe woman will move from the age of the hoe to the age of the machine. But listen to the deeper secret. This meeting was a message to the neighbors and the foreign spies. It showed that the resistance of the Sahel is not just military. It is a resistance of the stomach. By empowering these women, Traoré is making sure that no foreign power can ever use hunger to make Burkina Faso bow. The Agricultural Ministry is already preparing the ground. They are going to work hand in hand with the North Korean masters to train these women in modern methods that are less stressful and 10 times more productive. We are talking about tractors, automated sprayers, and food processing factories run by the very women who grow the crops. This week, the Agricultural Ministry confirmed the plan. We are going to learn from the Koreans to train our women on modernized farming. The North Koreans are masters of intensive farming. They don't waste a single drop of water or a single inch of soil. They are bringing equipment that we can take advantage of and learn from to produce our own. Traoré has realized that the only way to be truly free is to process what you produce. We are tired of exporting raw cotton and importing expensive shirts. The Agricultural Ministry is setting up training hubs where our women will learn exactly how the Koreans achieve such high yields. We are talking about knowledge transfer that is worth more than any amount of cash. The government is keen on ensuring that by the time the first 5-year deal is over, the Burkinabe woman will be a master of the modern machine. This is why the women were so happy at the palace. They know that the hot sun will no longer be their enemy. With the Korean experts, we are building greenhouses that stay cool and irrigation systems that breathe life into the earth at midnight. The neighboring countries who rely on France for their food are looking at us with jealousy. They see that Burkina Faso is no longer a customer of the world. We are becoming a competitor. Traoré has found a partner who doesn't ask for human rights reports before they help you fix your tractor. They only ask for a handshake and a piece of land to grow their dinner. French intelligence is in a total state of shock. They have spent decades trying to isolate North Korea and decades trying to control the Sahel. And now, both of their enemies have joined hands to build a new world. Reports from Paris say that the French government is holding emergency meetings every hour. They are calling their allies in the UN, screaming about sanctions and international law. But Traoré has already sent them a silent message. Your laws were made to keep us poor. Our laws are made to keep us free. The West is terrified because they know that if Kim Jong-un sets foot in Africa, the French influence in the region is officially buried 6 feet under. Why is France so desperate to stop this visit? It's not about democracy or security. It's about fear. They are afraid that North Korea will share the secrets of how to survive 70 years of Western pressure. They are afraid that the $65 million worth of equipment will include signal jamming technology that will make French spy planes blind over the Sahel. But most of all, they are afraid of the women farmers. Yes, they are terrified that if our women succeed with modern Korean methods, they will no longer need to buy expensive French fertilizers and canned goods. If the Sahel can feed itself, the remote control loses its power. As we speak, the neighbors who are still under the thumb of France are being pressured to block their airspace and close their borders to Kim Jong-un's delegation. But the Sahel is one step ahead. The AES, the alliance of Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, has already created a sovereign corridor. They have told the world, the sky over the Sahel belongs to the people of the Sahel. Anyone we invite is welcome, and anyone who tries to block the way will meet the fire of the lion. The women in the villages are already practicing their traditional dances to welcome the supreme leader. They don't care about what Paris thinks. They only care about the tractors and the factories that are coming to change their lives. The final verdict of this chapter is that the panic in Paris is proof that Traoré is doing the right thing. If your enemy is crying, it means you are winning. The alliance between the lion and the tiger has created a zone of no return for the imperialists. Kim Jong-un's visit will be the final signal to the world that the Sahel has moved from the shadow of France to the light of independence. The plane is being fueled, the red carpet is being dusted, and the remote control masters are realizing that their time is up. The arrival of the North Korean delegation is not just for pictures. Behind the smiles and the handshakes, the work has already begun. The $65 million worth of military equipment is being deployed to the borders, creating a steel curtain that will make the terrorists vanish like smoke in a windstorm. But the real victory is happening in the fields. The Korean expert farmers have landed with their modern seeds and their scientific discipline. They are not going to a hotel, they are going straight to the farms to meet our women. The double win is now a reality. Our mothers are no longer lifting heavy buckets. They are being trained to operate digital irrigation systems that turn the dry Sahel into a flowing river of life. Captain Ibrahim Traoré has shown the world that sovereignty is not a word you say, it is a result you produce. By bringing Kim Jong-un to the Sahel, he has told the imperialists that their sanctions are nothing but pieces of paper. The alliance is now locked. North Korea gets its food security from our fertile land, and Burkina Faso gets military superiority and agricultural modernization for our women. The factories are rising, the tractors are roaring, and for the first time in centuries, the Burkinabe woman is the chief engineer of her own destiny. The neighbors who are still begging France for bread are now looking at Burkina Faso as the new leader of the continent. Listen carefully. This is the end of the story of the unexpected alliance, but it is the beginning of the golden age of the Sahel. The lesson is simple. If you want to be free, you must be bold enough to choose friends who are not approved by your enemies. Captain Ibrahim Traoré has broken the chains of the remote control and replaced them with the steel handshake of North Korea. The women are empowered, the land is green, and the tiger has joined the lion to protect the jungle. The Sahel is no longer a backyard for anyone. We are a fortress of agriculture and a powerhouse of defense. France is out, North Korea is in, and the people are fed. The young lion has delivered his final message to the world. We don't need your permission to succeed. We only need our soil, our women, and our true brothers. The alliance is sealed. The harvest is coming. The Sahel has won. Long live the Sahel. Long live the AES. And long live the victory of the upright men and women. This is History and Legacy Africa. Like, comment, and subscribe.